Hey everyone, just wanted to let you know about a new scam tactic. It's actually a spam scam that I've seen coming across, and wanted to let you know what you can or shouldn't even be worried about doing about it. Has to do with your passwords. First thing you need to understand is that when you send an email, you can spoof the header on the email just like you're spoofing a phone number. All those little spam calls that you get that make it look like it's a local number to you, but it's really one of those robo dialers. It's the same principle. You can change the header of an email as you're sending it to make it look like it's coming from anyone. It's a very common spammers malicious hack tactic. This latest twist, though, involves them making it look like the email is coming from your own account, because this is what they've done. These criminals have gone through and have scoured old databases of passwords and accounts that have been previously hacked. And what they're doing is they're connecting an email address with a password. Maybe you used it on a service that closed down 3 years ago. Maybe you changed that password 4 years ago. So they're sending you an email that makes it look like it's coming from that email and claiming to have your password. Now, I know this because I'm getting about 7 or 8 different versions of this right now to one of my email addresses. And they're telling me that it's a password that I've used for that email address. Now, I've used that password before in conjunction with that email address, but never with that email. Now, the thing that you need to know is they don't necessarily know what they have. I say that because a couple of the passwords that they've shared with me are indeed passwords that I used a long time ago. Several of them are passwords that I've never used. So what they're doing is they're just randomly trying to hope that they get enough people, as they spam this out to millions and millions of folks, to make you believe that they have indeed compromised your email and have your password and can do whatever they want. So here's how you recognize it. They actually go a little bit further down and say, so we've actually hacked you for a couple of years now, and we've been watching what you've been surfing to, and boy, you have some really perverse preferences. And then they make the veiled threat that they're going to take webcam videos that they've made of you through your computer and share it to everybody in your email, which they can do because supposedly they have access to your email. Well, they don't. But what they are offering to do is get you off the hook by giving you a Bitcoin blockchain ID that you can send them money via Bitcoin, which you will never ever see again. And that supposedly it's going to make your problems go away. So here's where it gets really, really twisted, all right? They're using one hack to get email addresses, email IDs, and old passwords, and they're trying to use this database to scam you. Secondly, they're using the reply to header hack in the email to try and make you believe that you've actually been hacked and that you're actually compromised. Then they're piling this Bitcoin thing on top of it, which if you fall for it, you're never going to get that money back. That's the nature of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And the final thing is, if you do wire them money, if you do send them the Bitcoin payment, they're going to know that they have you. They're going to know that you're a legit person who honestly believes that you're being blackmailed. So they're going to come back after you again in some way, shape, or form. It's really insidious. What I would recommend to you is know that you need to change your passwords. Change them frequently. Like I said, the 2 passwords that they've shared with me that I've used as passwords in the past, I don't use them anymore. I don't have them. So I'm not worried about that. But that's how I know that they've connected it to actual databases that had been used in the past. So change your passwords. I strongly suggest a password manager. I happen to use NPass. There's 1Password. There's Fastlane. There's a bunch of different ones. Find the one that works for you. Find the one that's going to play best, whether you're on a Windows laptop, Android, iPhone, whatever. Find something that plays across all of those ecosystems that you use on a regular basis. And then use those strong passwords. If your phone has biometrics, if you've got a fingerprint scanner on yours, then you're going to be using that. And let that be your password to a lot of these different services. If you ever have a question about an email that you get, go find somebody who knows what they're talking about. Don't assume that what a scammer tells you is true, because that's part of the con, is getting you to believe that you've been compromised, getting you to believe that they have the upper hand. And if you fall for it, then they kind of do. Anyway, just wanted to let you know what's out there. These things are getting more complicated. These things are getting more intense, and they are definitely propagating. So if you see one of those, don't freak out. Just change your passwords and monitor your accounts for activity. I would recommend too, two-factor authentication. All this means is that you're connecting your account with a cell phone number. Oh, I don't want to do that because of privacy. Well, if you connect it with your cell phone number, then you can use that as a backup. If somebody gets your password and then it's required to get a text message, well, that's another layer right there. That can be compromised too in some cases, but at least you're getting better coverage, and you know that that the odds of your accounts being compromised are very, very low. Be careful with any accounts that involve finance. So bank accounts, credit card accounts, don't use the same password across any of them at all. Make sure that you secure your email passwords, because if they get your email address, they can do password resets on a bunch of other things and really make your life hell. So just some things to keep in mind. Wanted you to know what's floating through the internet out there. And if you got any questions, let me know. I'll try and answer to the best that I can. Thanks.